Just doing a quick early morning update of things. Bumblebee floating around. I got these raised beds installed, and um, I'm just trying to plant some more veggies and use some of this space. Like, this was really compacted in here, so it's the main reason I've been using it. But figured put a raised bed on it, doesn't matter as much. So I got a couple of peppers that I started earlier. And I've got a bunch more inside, but a little jalapeno going on here. Well, I didn't start this one. I got a start, but I did start a whole bunch of other ones in there. But I know it gets a little too hot this time of the year for like tomatoes and peppers in Florida. Usually you want to plant them pretty much cross your fingers that you don't get frozen. You plant them around January, February, and they do pretty good if they don't get frozen. And then like peppers too. Most of the time, like, I've had them act as a perennial. Like, I had some lemon drop peppers that were growing over here for years, and they would just, the plant got huge. But I eventually took it out and revitalized it, and there's lemon drop peppers all over the yard elsewhere. But peppers do pretty good year round, but you got to protect them from the heat in the late afternoon. They look pretty pathetic. So right here, that's west, so this will get shade once it gets really, really absurdly hot. So should be okay growing a pepper right here. But the main thing you want to grow this time of the year in Florida is like these little beans, what is it, like cow peas or the black-eyed peas. Those do really well. And okra or any like hibiscus, really. I mean, the salad trees over here, they're a hibiscus. They don't really like the heat or the sunlight too bad. They do better under oak canopies, but like right here, again, it's up against the screen, so it's not getting hit by that super hot sun. It does pretty well. And actually, these are pretty cool plants. Look at this. Definitely recommend them. They're just kind of pretty. But you just eat the leaves like a vegetable. And then, yeah, so I've got a bunch of stuff going on over here, and I took some cuttings off of my Everglades tomato and threw them in here. They already had like little roots forming on them, so they kind of look pathetic now. But same situation, like Everglades tomatoes, your little cherry tomatoes or currant tomatoes, they do pretty good this time of the year if you get them a little bit of shade in the afternoon. So I think it's pretty intense right here in this spot, but probably less so now that the Suriname cherry has grown up a bit. So I've got more, like, I pulled up a lot of the undergrowth in here, threw some cow manure down, and stuck a bunch of black-eyed peas, and there's some okra growing in the center there. Actually, funny enough, like, there's a whole bunch of pigeon peas that started popping up. So I guess we have pigeon peas too. We'll have to cull some of those, but it'd be kind of nice to let them grow up and do some chop and drop. It's all nitrogen fixing, save for the okra. I don't think is, but yeah. So it'll be interesting. I want to try and grow some cucumbers or something, or some kind of vining vegetable over here. That's why I got the trellis set up. Let's see. This guaybiju's got that little fruit that's still on there, so we'll at least hopefully get to try one of those this year. I don't see any other flowers on it, but and then I noticed like these grafts over here on these Suriname cherries still haven't taken, or at least they're not pushing. I'm not sure why, but even this little guy down here, the scion still looks good, so maybe it's just taking its time. But I've got this lemon seedling over here too that all of a sudden, actually there's a huge slug on it. What is he doing? Look at that guy. Just gonna let him do his thing, I guess. But it's putting these like, I forget what you call these, but where they just shoot up all of a sudden, a bunch of growth. Haven't seen it do that before. I'm assuming it's a good thing, but I think this lemon's about 3 years from seed, so I'm hoping that it'll give us something soon. I'm looking for, yeah, these, you can't get away from the psyllids. Those are the greening carrying bugs, but this tree has never shown any signs of greening. I'm sure it's been hit by the psyllids before. It's been on the ground for 3 years, so let's see. The mangoes are coming back pretty good. This is the Valencia Pride. I just tipped it, so got all this growth down there. His leaves are hard enough. I wanted to bush out a bit more. Don't want it to get too out of control. I know previously like, it was just getting tall. It was hard to maintain, and after the freeze, I really wanted to be able to protect it a little easier. So I know it's a Valencia Pride, but I'm gonna try and keep the height like around here. And maybe we just prune it back if it gets too big next time. That way I can protect it easier. If I even need to. I mean, that was a pretty hard freeze. Like, I've never protected this tree before, and it's never been hit. Like ever. Like, never been that bad. Maybe when it was younger, it did. We got a pretty cold spell one time whenever it was like a twig. But I don't really count that one. This Achacha, like the weather we've been having, has really been like promoting it to start filling in. I know it's been looking pathetic. I've been saying, like, it always seems to be like the 3rd year in ground with these Garcinias. They start to take off on the 3rd year, just like the lemon drop over there. Like, look at this thing. Like, this is the best it's ever looked in the ground. I know it was kind of trying to do this before the freeze hit. Of course, the freeze hit, and all the little tips burnt off that it had. I mean, you can't even see where it was. Ooh, hey, little guy, scared me. Look at this guy. But yeah, it's filling in. Maybe we'll get some flowers off of it, or maybe not, because I know right now is kind of like a Achacha season, so maybe that's why it's starting to push. But it's looking good, so I'm pretty happy about that. We've had, like, you know, hazy overcast. It's been very humid, decent amount of rain coming in. So I think that's really helped it out a lot. And then what was it? Lemon Zest is looking really nice. You can see where it died back to there. So it actually didn't die back too much. And honestly, it needed to be pruned a bit because it was getting tall. So nature kind of did that for me. And it's kind of starting to, if you look at it, it's like leaning towards the sunlight a bit. So, which I'm not a big fan of, but it's kind of creating kind of a nice little, you can kind of imagine like the space here eventually, hopefully being like a little shaded spot, put a little bench there or something. Yeah, so we'll keep it small enough. Hopefully we get some lemon zest next year. Let's see. I've had it flower and set some fruit before, but the fruit dropped off. That was last year, the first time it did it. There was like the orange sherbet. I mean, the Valencia Pride last year had some good fruit on it too. But the orange sherbet was the winner last year. It made a ton of fruit. It actually took the cold better. I was able to protect it better because it's not very big compared to the other two. Like, it definitely wants to bush out. And it's got a really nice shape to it. And look at it from this angle. Like, that's just excellent. That's about 5 foot, 5.5 foot there. About 5.5 feet, I would say. We'll have to clean out the inside a little bit just to get some airflow. But maybe we'll do some grafting. But for now, I'm just gonna let it, because it's not, the 2 fruit that it held on to, they kind of dropped off, and I have them in the kitchen right now, so I'm hoping there are just a couple of little nubbins with, you know, no seed on the inside. So they're a little soft now, so maybe I'll try it later. But yeah, orange sherbet's coming back pretty well. Let's see if there's anything else going on. And I'll do another update like later in the month. I know I did like a full update earlier or later last month than I normally do it. These Garcinias get a little sunburn on the loops. They come out of it, but I think once it starts raining more, they'll take off. Oh, this one to show. I think it's this guy. Yeah. So this grafted loops is finally pushing out some growth again. They move at the pace of the age of the dinosaurs. So maybe in a decade or so, we'll finally get something useful off of that thing. I like the grafted loops, but so far, I'm not so sure it's worth growing them over a seed. I don't know how long it's going to take to get a fruit off of them. The Seminole pumpkin's going all over the place. Let's see if it's got any flowers on it. I'm sure it's going to start popping flowers here soon. I've actually got two separate plants. Let's see. It'll be interesting to see how far it runs. I've definitely got room back here to let it do that. And then here's something interesting, is I've got this red ring purloin that I never really show because it's just been pathetic. And like, it used to be like a really nice sized tree, and it just started just dying back. And I thought it was citrus greening, and maybe it was, but like, it always just like died back to the roots. So I can kind of see the, like, it's been several times. You see where I pruned it before, but now it's like pushing out like a bunch of new growth that looks really good. Like, this looks excellent in my opinion. So I don't think it has greening, or at least it doesn't anymore. I don't know if that's even possible, but it's really good flavored fruit. There's a lot of seeds in it, so you really have to juice it. You could use it as just straight as a lime, you just squeeze it. But I usually juice them and then freeze the juice. What else is going on? Oh yeah, the variegated kumquat is going crazy too. I've had this thing for years and it was just doing poorly in a pot. Then I popped it in the ground after it died back a lot. And now it seems to have gotten established over here. So, sorry about that, got interrupted. Had to go see what was going on. But yeah, we're looking at this centennial variegated kumquat, but like, it's never flowered like this for me before, and it's setting little fruits. I never see the psyllids on the variegated kumquat. I think the color of the leaf kind of throws them off. Like, that's my theory. I think they usually like to go for the like pale yellow on a a citrus that's been sitting out in the sun. You can see here's the new growth on this guy, and there's no signs of any psyllid activity anywhere on this thing. So definitely one to throw in the yard in Florida, I think. Look at this guy, little stink bug. But and then what else is going on? Let's see, I know that banana over there is throwing a flower soon. My dragon fruit that I threw out here flowered. Now, I thought this fruit was going to drop, but it might actually hold. But I know this one over here is going to turn into a fruit. I'm still not sure what variety this is. It looks like a regular dragon fruit that you would see at the store, but it's a little smaller, and the flesh on the inside is like beet red. And it looks like a beet, like a canned beet when you cut into it. It tastes like a kiwi mixed with a raspberry. It's very good. Yeah, this June plum's coming back like a bush. We'll have to prune some of these branches because I don't want it being a bush. Maybe we'll see if I can take some rooted cuttings of it. Let's see. I guess I'll end over here. Just want to show how the jackfruit's doing. It's coming back pretty strong. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Look at this guy. Like, from the roots. So let's look down here. Oh, you see that? That's how far it died back. Like literally right down to the roots. And this is how much it's grown in just, what's it been, 2 months? What are we? 3 months? Yeah, 3 months. It's grown that much. So if you're growing a jackfruit from seed, it's definitely more doable, even if you get historic freezes every now and then. And I think it was fully exposed, so I know it's up against the house a bit, so that helps. But I took the other ones out on the other side of the house. Although I'm pretty sure they would have started growing back, but I decided that I didn't want a jackfruit tree like right there, and I decided that if I'm gonna have something that I'm gonna have to manage up against the house like that close, it's gonna be something that's actually gonna survive and produce fruit. So I put the white sapote over there. I know I said I was gonna end on that, but let's go end on the white sapote. We'll see what it looks like. I got that from Gunza Gardens. And just around the corner. Let's see. No action on the Sabra. Let's see. Kind of looks like it wants to flower. I know I did a video on it. Zoom in. Like, maybe? Who knows? But here's the white sapote over here. Looking pretty good. There was just a little tiny guy before. I think when I planted it originally, it was about right there. So it's almost doubled in size. I'm sure it's going to keep doing that. So it's about 3 feet from the house. It's hard to tell on the camera. But if I come over here, you can kind of see it. So we've got some leeway with like the width of the trunk and whatnot. So yeah, so I'm gonna go get some coffee. I definitely probably sound like I need it. Probably picked up a cold from my son going to daycare. So yeah, anyways, y'all have a good one. Take care, and hope you enjoyed my rambling as much as you usually do if you make it through all the way. And if you skipped around, that's cool too. But yeah, don't let slugs eat your food.